Do first impressions of the Philippines really match the dream of tropical islands and white beaches? Travel with us in Cebu, at Mactan Island in Lapu-Lapu City, as we discover the first impressions of the Philippines that every traveler should know before starting their trip. After Australia, Japan and Indonesia, we open a new chapter to a wonderful country, the Philippines. Remember last time we took a long layover from Singapore and now we arrive in Cebu. We are in the center of the Philippines and more precisely on the Mactan Island. The airport is in Lapu-Lapu City. Lapu-Lapu is the second most populous city in central Visayas, after the capital city, Cebu. We decide to crash near the airport before going to another place in the Philippines. We took a Grab like last time in Bali. We were so tired, so we choose an easy option. So Mactan is the island and Lapu-Lapu is the city. But what does Lapu-Lapu mean? The name of the city have an interesting stories behind it. Lapu-Lapu was the chieftain of Mactan long time ago in the 16th century. It was at that time the Spanish came and brought Christianism with the Magellan expedition. Magellan boat was the first boat record to make the round trip to Earth. But Magellan itself didn't make it because he died during the War of Mactan, defeated against Lapu-Lapu. Today, Lapu-Lapu is honored as the first Philippine national hero to resist foreign rules. Our first impression of Philippines is very mixed because of the jet lag and also of the image of the beautiful paradise beach that contrasts a lot with this very urban side. After the Spanish-American War, the Philippines was sold to the United States. Philippines is a mix of European countries with capitalistic cultures, but in Asia. I personally have a kind of shock when I discover Jollibee. Jollibee, the Filipino fast food restaurant, is the perfect example. The Philippines is a vast country of over 300,000 square kilometers. We have decided to make it a short trip this time and return later. We will focus mainly on the south of Cebu Island. We will go to Bohol, Siquijor, pass through Dumaguete all the way to Molboal, and then depart from Cebu Airport. This will be a month in the central Philippines. Without plane. Just by boat and public transportation. We hope many of you will share these adventures with us and discover Filipino cultures while traveling. We try a cheap accommodation near the Mactan Cebu International Airport. It was okay, but I wouldn't do it again. It didn't feel really safe because we were the only tourists in the area. It was also very hard to learn a new ways of countries when you just arrive, and especially with a jet lag. In particular when there is no stop pedestrian, no sidewalk on the road. It was a bit tricky because for us it was very rough to see that. But Filipino were always very kind, and at sometimes Filipino help us crossing. The hotel was cheap, maybe because of the location in the center of Mactan Island near the airport. The hotel was clean, but it felt like that the staff didn't expect backpacker like us, and usually it's not a good sign. We will come back in Cebu at the end of our trip, and it's not gonna be the same place, definitely. We will go to Cebu IT Park and in a studio accommodation. We will tell you at that time how it was and of course more about our impressions of Philippines. The final thought about Lapu-Lapu City, it is very for the local. Nothing to see here for foreigner. Of course, in the center of Mactan Island. I guess if you go much more in the beach, on the south, it's not gonna be the same. I saw many resorts on the map, but it might not be for the same budget. When you arrive in another countries, it's essential to plan ahead and purchase a SIM card to access the internet during your trip. It is the best to take the time to purchase a SIM card directly at the airport. Of course, if you have a compatible eSIM, you will be able to choose your internet providers from your hotel. More easy. We, on our side, we do not have an eSIM. So we bought ours at the convenience store. Not the best, if you ask me. People will not know your need and it will be hard to understand what you really need. There is a lot of companies. We took a famous one because of the coverage and because we didn't have been into a remote place, it have done the job. But I don't think it will be the same if you go to another part of Philippines because as you can see, it's very huge. But my recommendations for the SIM card, it's to, if you have an eSIM, okay, no problem, but if you don't, go pick it at the airport and choose wisely about the coverage. I think it's very important. So this is Bohol, it's Panglao, and we are arrived after 2 days from Cebu. Our real first time in Philippines. Now let's enjoy.